The woman who entered the Advanced Flight Dynamics wing was invisible, moving with quiet economy designed to deflect notice. Graying hair tied in a severe knot, her fatigues, worn, washed to a faded sage, marked her as a relic. Assigned as a technical consultant, a title that, on a base buzzing with cocky pilots and ambitious engineers, meant glorified maintenance. Pilots in form-fitting G-suits saw a janitorial shadow, striding past with their egos gleaming brighter than the next-generation simulators. She carried a worn toolkit, said nothing. Her eyes absorbed the hangar's vast echo, ozone, hydraulic fluid, gleaming simulator husks. Her name was Olive Ance, but no one cared to learn it. Colonel Madsen reviewed her transfer papers with irritation. The file was a ghost, thin, heavily redacted. Technical consultant, he muttered, tapping his pen. Olive stood still, hands clasped behind her back. Consultant on what? Your files, black ink. Command said observe and assist. His gaze was dismissive, noting lines around her eyes. Long hours, little sleep. This is the bleeding edge, Vance. We're qualifying pilots on the Cerberus interface, the most complex flight system ever designed. Run diagnostics on secondary systems, keep benches clean, stay out of my pilot's way. Understood. He didn't wait for an answer. Dismissed. Alla gave a short nod. Yes, sir. Her voice, low and even, sank without a trace. 4 days, she observed from a control room corner, watching pilots wrestle with Cerberus simulators. Not the holographic combat displays, but their hands, minute tremors as control slipped. Their eyes, flickering as the system's feedback overwhelmed. Pilots emerged sweating, cursing, blaming the machine. It's unstable, Lieutenant Kai Jensen, the squadron's hotshot, declared after a brutal session. Haptic feedback's asynchronous. It fights you. Engineers nodded, poring over useless data streams. Alla watched unreadable. Once, while cleaning a console, Jensen noticed a faded patch on her sleeve. A black raven, wings swept back, a silver tear beneath its beak. He dismissed it as some forgotten maintenance logo. Pressure mounted. The Cerberus simulators, a multi-billion-dollar Air Force centerpiece, were failing catastrophically. Pilots faced unrecoverable flat spins, violent G-force feedback causing vertigo, even blackouts. Manufacturer techs came, spoke in acronyms, left shrugging. The program teetered on suspension, Madsen's career with it. During a critical evaluation, Jensen was locked in a simulated dive, alarms blaring, controls unresponsive. Red lights flooded the cockpit, artificial gravity crushing him. He hit the emergency override before blacking out. Panic rippled through the control room. Alla, in her usual spot, stayed calm, eyes on the system's core status monitor. A code stream no one else watched. That night, after the hangar emptied, a duty officer saw Alla enter the simulator bay. Assuming a cleaning sweep, he watched via security feed as she approached Jensen's simulator. She bypassed the standard interface, opening an unmarked maintenance panel the manufacturer's techs ignored. From her kit, she pulled an interface cable, plugging it into the port. Her fingers moved over a terminal with virtuoso speed, not diagnostics, but a conversation. She rewrote the machine's foundational code, recalibrating its soul. 10 minutes later, she unplugged, closed the panel, and vanished, leaving no trace. Next morning, Jensen, reluctant, strapped into the same simulator. The startup sequence hummed smoother, deeper. Controls felt alive, an extension of intent. He ran the failed scenario. In the dive, feedback was perfect. He sensed air over virtual control surfaces, anticipating stalls. The machine danced with him. He executed a flawless inverted climb, leaving simulation aggressors burning. Emerging awestruck, he saw Alla wiping a redundant monitor. He asked the duty officer what happened overnight. The officer shook his head. Nothing. Just her. In here for a few minutes cleaning. Madsen, intrigued and suspicious, demanded answers. He devised a test. The Hades Protocol, a classified stress test designed to break pilot and machine. Deemed unwinnable. As Jensen's simulator powered up, Alla entered the control booth. Madsen started to object, but her presence silenced him. She wasn't asking permission. Donning a headset, she watched the maelstrom unfold, multiple bogies, system failures, environmental hazards. Jensen, a master, was drowning. As a fatal missile lock chimed, Alla's voice cut through his comms, calm, clear. Invert your thruster manifold. Vent plasma. Now. An undocumented maneuver. Trusting instinct, Jensen complied. The missile lost lock, confused by the energy signature. Dive, Alla commanded. Use the canyon's magnetic interference as cover. Her instructions, precise, anticipated every enemy move. Jensen didn't just survive. He won. Madsen stared. How'd she know those protocols? That maneuver's not in any manual. It was a ghost tactic born of desperate genius. He stormed to his office, demanding the Pentagon unseal her file. As he waited, a 4-star general, touring the hangar, stopped dead, eyes on Alla coiling a cable near a Cerberus pod. His entourage confused, he approached, locking onto the Raven patch. The general, a man colonels feared, saluted sharply. Wraith, he said, voice thick with reverence, silencing the hangar. It's been a long time. Madsen's aide burst in, holding a tablet with Alla's unsealed file. Project Nightingale. Lead test pilot and system architect, Wraith Vance. She hadn't just tested the Cerberus prototype. She'd written its core code, designed its soul. The story of the quiet consultant, who was the system's legendary architect, spread like a shockwave. Next morning, as Alla entered the hangar, chatter stopped. Pilots, Jensen included, turned, snapping to attention in a silent column of respect. Madsen met her by the simulators, arrogance gone, replaced by humbled admiration. He saluted slowly, formally. Alla met his eyes, gave her small nod, and continued, stride unchanged, purpose fulfilled. Later, alone in the dark, silent Cerberus cockpit, she placed her palm on the console. A low hum vibrated, a soft thrum like a living thing acknowledging its creator. A diagnostic light flickered, casting a glow on her sleeve. The Raven's silver tear gleamed, a quiet testament to a legacy secured not with words, but with silent mastery. Common Guardian, if you believe true strength shines when no one watches. Subscribe to The Heart Listens for stories of guardians in the shadows.